everyone. Today I am here with a new topic of mathematics, that is applications of trigonometry. In the previous video of trigonometry, we have seen that what trigonometric ratios are. We have discussed all the 6 trigonometric ratios, that is your sine theta, cos theta, tan theta, cosec theta, sec theta and cot theta, and what all are their values at some specific angles, that is your 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree and 90 degrees. Now using that concepts, how we can use these concepts in our day-to-day life problems. We have discussed in the previous video that also that if there is any tall building is there or if any river is there, so using the concepts of trigonometry we can find the height of that building, we can find the width of the river. So how we can apply these concepts in solving these type of problems, let's see. Suppose I'm taking the example of the building. Suppose it is a tall building and some of the observer is here. At some distance from the foot of the building, some observer is standing, and the observer over here, he is watching something at the top of this. Some object is lying at the top of the building, or he is observing the height of the building. Some object, either some object or the height of the building, the observer is observing from here. Then this is your horizontal level. Because I will be somewhere here, this is the height of the observer. This we have taken as the height of the observer. Somewhere here will be the eye of the observer. So this is your horizontal level and this will be parallel to your this ground level. So this is known as your horizontal level. And if the observer is watching some object here, so this is the line of sight. This is known as line of sight. This is line of sight. And this is horizontal level. The level at which the eye of the observer is there, if we are going to connect it, it is your horizontal level which will be parallel to the ground level, and the line, if we are going to join the line where the eye is there and where the object is there, if we are going to join this line, this will be the line of sight. The angle formed between the line of the sight and the horizontal level is known as angle of elevation. This theta is known as angle of elevation. Why we are saying this as angle of elevation? Because your line of sight is above the horizontal level. This is the case when your line of sight is above the horizontal level. When this is the case, or when we have to raise our head to see the object, in such case whatsoever the angle is forming, that is known as angle of elevation. Now suppose this is your triangle A, B, C, it is the point D or it is the point E. So we can see that A, B, C, it is a right angle triangle, right? And we know the concepts of trigonometry we can apply on the right angle triangle for the acute angles. Now if this is the theta and if this is the theta we are considering, so we know that the side opposite to this theta, that will be AB will be the perpendicular, BC will be the base and AC will be the hypotenuse. So in these type of cases, if we know the distance of the observer from the foot of the building, distance of the observer from the foot of the building, and we know the angle of elevation, we can find the height of the building. How we can do that? We will be solving a question and we will come to know that how we can apply this concept. Now see, from here, from this concept, we will be getting the value of AB. But the height of the building is your AE. It is not only AB. So what BE is? BE is basically height of the observer. Whatsoever the height of the observer is there, if we are going to add in AB, we will be getting the height of the building. So using this concept, we can find the height of any building. Similarly, if suppose I am saying this is a building and here some object is there. If object is here and at the top of the building some observer is there. Observer is not at the bottom. Here observer is at the top of the building. And from the top of the building, observer is observing the object. So this will be the horizontal level. This is the horizontal level. And because eye of the observer he is here and he is watching this object. So this will be the line of sight. This is line of sight. We can join these also, which is parallel to your horizontal level. This ground level is horizontal to the is your parallel to the horizontal level. So we know that if these two are parallel, then this angle and this angle both will be equal because they are alternative angles, and the angle formed between the horizontal level and the line of sight over here is known as angle of depression. Here it is your angle of depression. Why this is known as angle of depression? Because in this case line of sight is below the horizontal level. In the previous case line of sight was above the horizontal level, but in this case line of sight is below the horizontal level, or we have to see down for observing the object. So in such type of cases your angle is your angle of depression. So this angle of depression and this theta both will be same because these two lines, that is your horizontal level and your ground level, these are parallel to each other and they are forming alternative angles. That's the reason these two angles will be equal. Now if we are going to take this as A, this as B and this as C, so again we can see it is a right angle triangle. So using the concepts of your trigonometric ratios, using the concepts of your theta's, values of trigonometric ratios as specific angles, we can solve these type of problems. How we can do that? How we can find the height of the buildings, how we can find the distance between two distant objects, all this we will be discussing. We will be solving some problems related to it in this video only. Let's see how to apply the concepts of trigonometry for solving the problems. The question is, from a point on the ground which is 15 meters away from the foot of a vertical tower. So we are taking, suppose this is your vertical tower, and from the foot of the vertical tower, that is 15 meters away, suppose it is your 15 meters away, the angle of elevation of the top of the tower is found to be 60 degree. Find the height of the tower. So we are assuming that this is the tower, this is the height of the tower. Suppose the height of the tower is your h and the observer is observing from here. This is the point. Suppose this is your A, this is your B, this is your C, this is your line of sight, and this angle is 60 degree given to us. From a point on the ground, it is a point on the ground which is 15 meters away from the foot of a vertical tower, which is 15 meters away from the foot of the vertical tower. This is the vertical tower, this is the foot of the vertical tower. So this point is 15 meters away from the foot of the vertical tower. That means BC is 15 meter. The angle of elevation of the top of the tower is found to be 60 degree. So this is the angle of elevation for the top of the tower and it is your 60 degree. We have to find the height of the tower. See over here, it is a right angle triangle. We have assumed that AB is the tower and H is the height of the tower. If H is the height of the tower, your BC, that means distance between the foot of the tower and the observer, is your 15 meter and angle of elevation is 60 degree. This much is given to us. Now we have to find if this is the angle. Angle DC is the angle. That simply means AB is the perpendicular. AB is the perpendicular and BC will be the base. So we have to see a trigonometric ratio in which your perpendicular and base is coming. So we know that for tan theta and cot theta, both your base and perpendiculars are coming. So we are taking as tan theta. So tan theta we know that it is your perpendicular to base. Now here your value of theta is 60 degree. So tan 60 degree, perpendicular over here is your h and base over here is your 15. Value of tan 60 from the table, we can see that the value of tan 60 is root of 3. So we'll be keeping this value over here. Value of h we need to find, it is divided by 15. Now we will be cross multiplying and value of h will be 15 root 3 meters because unit is meter over here. So your answer will be 15 root 3 meter. That means height of the tower will be your 15 root 3 meters. So by this way, we can find the whatsoever is required, we can find it out. Now let's see another question. The angle of elevation of a ladder leaning against a wall. So here, suppose this is the wall, is 60 degree. Angle of elevation is given to us as 60 degree. A ladder is there. So suppose this is the ladder. This is the ladder we had assumed. And angle of elevation is your 60 degree. And it is leaning against a wall. So we have assumed this to be wall. This is wall, this is the ladder, and angle of elevation is given to us as 60 degree. And the foot of the ladder, this is your foot of the ladder, is 9.5 meter away from the wall. This is the wall. From here, this distance is given to us as 9.5 meter. Find the length of the ladder. We have to find this length. Suppose this point is A, this point is B, and this point is C. Here we have assumed that AB is the wall, AC is the ladder, the angle of elevation is your 60 degree, the distance of the foot of the building to the ladder, is your wall to the ladder is your 9.5 meter. Now see, we have to find the length of the ladder. That means this is required. Suppose this is your L. That means if this is the angle, then this will be the perpendicular, this will be the base, and this will be the hypotenuse. We want relation between base and hypotenuse. And in which trigonometric ratio base and hypotenuse is coming? So if we will recall, we'll come to know that cos theta is your base upon hypotenuse. So base, we are having the value of base here. We have to find the value of your hypotenuse. So we will be choosing the trigonometric ratio in which base and hypotenuse is coming. We can take sec theta also, because sec theta is your hypotenuse over base, so we can take that also. Now over here theta is 60 degree, so we will be taking cos 60 degree. It is equivalent to base over here is 9.5, and hypotenuse we need to find, we have assumed it to be L. Now from the table we know that the cos 60 degree is 1 upon 2. Value of cos 60 will be taking from the table, and cos 60 is 1 upon 2. 1 upon 2 is equivalent to 9.5 over L. We will be cross multiplying. So it will be L is equivalent to 9.5 multiplied by 2. That means your length of the ladder is 19 meters. So this is how, using the concepts of trigonometry, we can solve these type of problems. We'll be seeing more questions related to it. Now let's see another question which is generally asked in 3 markers. This type of questions are generally asked. So we have taken this as an example. A tree 12 meter high is broken by the wind in such a way that its top touches the ground and makes an angle of 60 degree with the ground. At what height from the bottom the tree is broken by the wind? We have to use the value of root 3 as 1.73. Now suppose this is the tree. This is the tree, and the height of the tree was given to us as 12 meter. This is your 12 meter. Now it is broken by the wind in such a way that its top touches the ground. Now suppose this is your A, this is your B, and somewhere from here, because of the wind, it is broken. That means this part, if this is your point C, then AC will be touching your ground. So this is, suppose this is the ground and this is touching somewhere here. So this AC is equivalent to your, suppose this is your point CD, and the angle of inclination, that is angle of elevation, is given to you as 60 degree. That means this angle is 60 degree given to us. We have to find at what height from the bottom the tree is broken. So we have to find this distance, and suppose this distance is your X. So what is the question? Question is, we have assumed that AB is the tree, and because of the wind from point C it is broken. That means AC part, now this AC part is touching to the ground. That means your AC is equivalent to your CD, and this total height of your tree was 12 meter. That means if this height CB is your X, this CD will be 12 minus X. because total height was 12. So if this part CB is x, so this part which is equivalent to your AC will be 12 minus x. So we are assuming that from the point C, the plant, your tree is broken and this part is touching, and the part, this A is coinciding at point D, and this is your ground level. The angle which it is making is 60 degree. That means this angle is 60 degree. We have to find the value of x over here. Now let's see, again it is a right angle triangle. If we are going to see CBD, it is a right angle triangle. We can again apply the concepts of trigonometry here. This angle is theta. Theta is 60 degree. So if this is 60 degree, that means your CB will be the perpendicular. CB will be the perpendicular and CD will be the hypotenuse. Now we have to see the trigonometric ratio in which there is perpendicular and hypotenuse are coming. So we know that sine theta, it is your perpendicular to hypotenuse. Ratio of perpendicular to hypotenuse is known as sine theta. And here, because theta is 60 degree, so we will be taking sine 60 degree is perpendicular is x and hypotenuse is 12 minus x. So we have kept sine 60 degree is equivalent to perpendicular over hypotenuse. Now we know that the value of sine 60 from the table, it is your root 3 by 2. Value of sine 60 is root 3 by 2. It is very important to know all the trigonometric ratios at particular your angles. So sine 60 is root 3 by 2. Rest all we will be keeping it as it is, x over 12 minus x. Now we will be cross multiplying. If we will cross multiply, it will become root 3 multiplied by 12 minus x. It is equivalent to 2x. Now we will be solving it further. So it will become root 3 multiplied by 12 will be 12 root 3 minus root 3x. It is equivalent to 2x. Now we will be taking all the variable part to one side. So we will be taking root 3x in the RHS. So this will become 12 root 3 is equivalent to 2x plus root 3x. Here in the RHS part, x could be taken common. Remaining part will be your 2 plus root 3. From here we have taken x common. So it will be your 2 plus root 3 in the bracket. So from here we can interpret that the value of x will be 12 upon 12 root 3 divided by 2 plus root 3. Generally we don't take root sign, radical sign in the denominators. So we will be rationalizing it. For that, over here it is 2 plus root 3. So for rationalizing, we will be multiplying and dividing it by 2 minus root 3 with the opposite sign. So 2 minus root 3 and 2 minus root 3 we have multiplied and divided it. So it will become x is equivalent to 12 root 3 multiplied by 2 minus root 3 divided by, it is your a plus b, a minus b. That expansion will be a square minus b square. That is your 2 square minus root 3 square. So in the numerator it will be 12 root 3 multiplied by 2 will be 24 root 3. 12 root 3 multiplied by root 3, it will be root 3 multiplied by root 3 will become 3, and 12 multiplied by 3 is 36 divided by, it is your 4. 2 square will be 4 and square of root 3 will be 3. So value of x will be 24 root 3. If we are going to take the value of root 3 as 1.73, it was given to us in the question that we have to take root 3 as 1.73. So if we will multiply 24 and 1.73, we will be getting 41.52. The multiplication of these two is 41.52 minus 36. 4 minus 3 will be 1, so we are ignoring it. We need not to write over here in the denominator 1. So value of x will be 41.52 minus 36. That is your 5.52 meter. That means from the bottom at the height of 5.52 meter, your tree is going to break down. It will be breaking at the height of your 5.52 meters from the bottom. Hope it is clear to you. Now let's see one of the example of angle of depression. Two ships are sailing in the sea on either side of a lighthouse. That means a lighthouse is there and there are two ships are there. One is on one side of the lighthouse and one is on the other side of the lighthouse. The angle of depression of two ships as observed from the top of the lighthouse are 60 degree and 45 degrees respectively. That means angle of depressions are 60 degrees and 45 degrees. If the distance between the ship is 100 multiplied by 1 plus root 3 over root 3 meters, then find the height of the lighthouse. Now suppose we are assuming that this is a lighthouse, this is the sea level, one of the ship is here, another ship is here. From the top of the lighthouse, someone is observing these ships and this is your line of sight. This and this is your line of sight. Now this will be the horizontal level and one of the angle of depression is your 45 degree and another is your 60 degree. Suppose this is your point A, this is B, this is C and this is D. What we had assumed is that AC is the lighthouse. From the top of the lighthouse, someone is observing two ships. One of the ship is B, one of the ship is at D. These two are the locations of the ships. From the top of the lighthouse, someone is observing these ships and the angle of depression is your 45 degree and 60 degree. Now we know that this horizontal level and this level is parallel to each other. That's the reason if this angle is 45 degree, this angle will even be 45 degree because they are alternative angles. Similarly, if this angle is 60 degree, this angle will even be 60 degree. It is even given to us that the distance between the ships is your means distance between B to D. This distance is 100 multiplied by 1 plus root 3 over root 3 meter. It is the distance between these two ships. We have to find the height of the lighthouse. That means we have to find the value of AC. We are assuming that the height of the lighthouse is your h meters. Now see, we have to find relation between, if this is the angle, so this will be the perpendicular and this will be the base. That means we want relation between perpendicular and base. If we will be having from this triangle ABC, we can find the value of BC. From the triangle ACD, we can find the value of CD. And sum of BC plus CD is given to us, right? So we are having two right angle triangles. One is your ABC, another is your ACD. These two are the right angle triangles. We have assumed that AC is the lighthouse and one of the ship is at B, another ship is at D. From the top of the lighthouse, height is your AC. The one of the angle of depression is 45 degree and one of the angle is your 60 degree. Now if we are going to see the triangle ABC, in triangle ABC we are going to see the relation between your perpendicular and base is it is of tan theta. We know that. So in this, tan theta is your perpendicular to base. Now angle over here is 45 degree. So we will be taking tan 45 degree. It is equivalent to perpendicular is your h. We had assumed it. And base is your BC. So we have kept the values. Value of tan 45 from the table, we know that it is your 1. Value of tan 45 is 1. That is equivalent to h over BC. Or we can say from here that BC will be equivalent to h. This BC, distance between BC, it is equivalent to your h meters. Now if we are going to see the triangle ACD, in this triangle, again we will be applying tan theta only because we want relation between perpendicular to base only. So tan theta we know that it is perpendicular to base and over here angle is your 60 degree. So tan 60 degree, it is equivalent to perpendicular is your h and base is CD. So value of tan 60 from the table we can take it as root 3. Root 3 equivalent to h over CD. If we will solve it further, we will be getting root 3 into CD. It is equivalent to h, or we can say CD is equivalent to h over root 3. This could be done. the value of CD could be taken as h over root 3. Again, because we generally don't take root sign in the denominator, so we can further multiply it even by root 3. Rationalize we can do, and it will become root 3 h over 3. This even we can do, or otherwise we can write it as h over root 3 also. Now see, we know that BD is your BC plus CD. So BD could be written as BC plus CD. BC from here it is equivalent to H, and CD from here it could be taken equivalent to H upon root 3. Now if we are going to take H common from here, it will be H 1 plus 1 upon root 3. If we will take LCM over here, it will become root 3 will be the LCM, the numerator will be root 3 plus 1. H multiplied by root 3 plus 1 divided by root 3. This is the length, your BD. And we know that the length of the BD, the distance between B and D, is your 100 multiplied by 1 plus root 3 over root 3. It is already given to you in the question. So value of BD is this also, and value of this is BD is this also. So we can equate both of them, and if we will equate both of them, so BD is equivalent to H root 3 plus 1 over root 3. It is equivalent to 100 multiplied by 1 plus root 3 over root 3. Here we can see that this part is exactly same. We can cancel it. That simply means if we will compare, we will come to know that the value of H will be 100 meters. That means height of the lighthouse will be 100 meters. Hope these type of questions are clear to you. You must have liked the video also, and all the concepts related to the topic even clear to you. Soon we'll be meeting with the more videos. Please do like and subscribe for more videos related to it. Thank you.